My name is RENAE Johnson, and I am the CEO of On Purpose. On Purpose is a nonprofit organization, and what we do is we have enrichment programs for our youth. We enrich their education, we enrich their careers, and we enrich their life. And as I was going through our IT call center that we have, I saw that after the George Floyd incident, there was a somber presence. And I wanted to have the opportunity to talk to the youth and see how they felt. And they really felt like there was nothing that they could do. They didn't want to go out and protest, although they weren't against it because of COVID-19. And they felt like they didn't have an outlet. And so I used that as an opportunity for us to do a service learning project. And from there, the youth just started to shine. They created the music, they created the entire script, even down to the costumes we're wearing. One of the youth's parents is in the Blackout Coalition, which is for the Blackout Day 2020, and they said, well, let's promote that also. So the youth have led this entire project, and I'm just so proud of them because this is the next generation. This is the generation that's going to move us forward, and I'm just thankful that they're able to participate and to heal, and that we all can heal through this crisis.
My name is BRIANNA Rankin. I'm playing as a protester, and I'm 22 years old. Well, am I next? Who's going to be next? Who else is going to be on the news? Who's going to be on the TV? Who's going to be on the shirt? You know, whose family is going to be praying for them, or, you know, not expecting them to come home. It's very disturbing because, you know, you don't want to see yourself in that situation and anybody else in that situation. You just want to be safe, feel comfortable wherever you're at. You know, just want to be like, okay, well, I can go wherever without somebody judging me or have the intention of killing me or whatever, you know. You just don't expect somebody to be like, okay, well, they're black, they're gonna do something. Or they're a criminal, they're, you know, out to harm this person or that person.
My name is Rita L. Hughes, and my company is RLH Productions. I thought it was amazing to be a part of a project that will speak volumes. As you can tell, and as you know, we're in a climate that really is really serious, and our kids, our students, our young adults, they're impacted by it. With the aid of technology, now everything is being seen, and you know, I think they're traumatized by what they've seen. And so for them to come together to say, hey, we want to say something, but we just don't want it to be about a moment. We want it to be a movement that will move people to understand their pain, understand their frustrations, understand their fears, but understand that they are fed up. We are fed up, and enough is enough. And we have to get to a better place, not just as Black people, but as a country, to where we can all exist and live in peace and not have to walk outside our doors wondering if, you know, we will encounter some kind of interaction with people who, for all means and purposes, appear to be afraid of us for no apparent reason without getting to know us. So these young men and women have done a phenomenal job in creating the content. They created their story. They created the music, the lyrics that you hear. It's all generated from their heart, and I think that is what we need right now to start the healing process.
My name is Destiny Alvarado. I'm 20 years old, and I'm a protester. The way it makes me feel to be able to participate in this play, I'm actually grateful that I'm being able to participate, because it really does hurt to see how the Black community is being treated. It's really sad of what all the officers are doing and how they're doing their job. But me as a Mexican person, I'm being able to help portray this whole entire play, to like just stand by their side and just be like, I'm here to help for y'all, I'm here to speak for y'all, and us doing this silent play is just a really powerful movement that we're able to portray and say, hey, we need something to be done and changed. And so I'm just really grateful that I'm able to do this. I believe, yes, this message will get out there. It's either, even if we were doing it like speaking wise, it would still get out there, but us doing this silent protesting, it brings out more to it. It's extreme because it's a big, powerful movement that we're doing, and it's just them acting out how they were shot or how everything was done to them. So I believe that it'll get out there, and it's just gonna be powerful.
My name is Justin James Johnson, also known as DJ Afro Kid, and I am 16 years old. I am the writer of the song that plays throughout the presentation. What the song represents is a conversation between a raven and a bald eagle. So the raven represents the black man, and the bald eagle represents the government and the head of the country. So the raven goes to the bald eagle, and he's telling the bald eagle that, you know, he's met up with every single bird, and the first two that I've mentioned in the song has showed him hospitality. They have showed them love, like through and through. Like, they didn't find anything wrong with them. And the rest of the birds that I have mentioned in the song represent the people who have fear of this raven, and they want to do something harmful to the raven, or they want to run the raven out because of the color of his feathers. Not really getting to know the raven, just visualizing the raven, and just pent up hatred and fear just comes up. And so the raven is explaining this to the bald eagle, and while the bald eagle's listening to this, the bald eagle's whole point is that, you know, I hear what you're telling me, I hear all the problems that you're facing, but frankly, I'm not able to do anything about it because it's not my problem. It's the birds in the area who's making the problem. I just run the country.
I'm AMAYA PARSEE. I play Brianna Taylor, and I'm 23. Playing Brianna Taylor was a bit, I wouldn't say rough, but it was really making me think about how she was, and knowing her, not knowing her physically, but like reading about what happened to her. She was a first responder, you know, helping out just because, you know, the COVID and everything. Like, she's been at the front line helping other people and putting her best foot forward, and she comes home and goes to sleep, and she didn't wake up the next day. So it's really hard for me because I go to bed every night praying that I wake up the next morning, praying that nothing happens to me and any other my sisters that are out there. Like, I pray for everybody every day, because you never know when will be your last day. You know, you never promise a next day, you know? And just looking at what's going on to all my sisters, like, it's hard for us, especially us black women. It's very hard to actually go out and do something that's good. So it was really touching to play her, and rest in peace to her, and I pray for her family as well. You know, my little brother, he's the youngest, and picturing him going out into this world is very, very scary for me. Especially, I'm scared for him to even go to school, because he could just walk out the school and something could happen to him, and then I would be in shock. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. Especially my other brother, Armand, he was already interviewed, and he goes to Preview. So, you never know what can happen to him when he step a foot out on campus. You know, something could happen, and we're just all gonna be in distraught. And this world is crazy nowadays. Like, you can't even
like you said, step out and just take a breath and go run for a jog or work out outside. Cause I'm a workoutaholic, like I work out a lot. So me going outside, like I can't even go outside and just work out, but I'm scared for my life cause I don't know if I'm gonna see the next day or even tell my family goodbye or, you know, anything could possibly happen. And it's just crazy. And I just pray and pray that the world gets better and we get better people in office, we get better people that will take forth in charge of what's going on, change everything that's going on, and that's my prayer every day.
Hello, my name is Blanca Ganaway. I work for On Purpose, and my position is a program specialist / case manager. This country has been abusing Black people for 400 years, and it's about time that we stop and young people get a stand and to speak their mind and to make sure that this doesn't happen for the future.
My name is TREVON Walker. I play as Philando Castile, and I'm 21 years old. Seeing how the whole scene played out of him in a car with his family in the same car. He had his girlfriend in the passenger seat. His daughter was in the back seat. It made me disappointed because one, just how the cop handled the situation, and it's not just only white cops. Like this dude got killed by a Hispanic cop, meaning that it's not necessarily racism, it's just bad cops too. So, and one thing about cops is that there's always a good cop. My dad was a cop. He was a cop for a couple of years when I was like around elementary, youth age. Every time he comes home, it makes me feel in peace because knowing what a cop does now just puts me in so much fear to trying to make sure that he's coming back home. But the fact that he comes home every day, it makes me even more happier till this day.
My name is ARMAND PARSEE. I play as Ahmad Aubrey, and I am 21 years old. You know, there are days that I just want to, walk outside, smell the fresh air, take a jog and, wave at people, saying hello, how's your day? And, get my exercise in. But instead, I have to step foot in the front of the door, take a huge, a deep breath and just pray and hoping nothing happens to me. Because what's going on in the world today, many people losing their lives, and not even just many people, but many Black people, my people, they're losing their lives for no reason. And I'm just tired of it, I'm exhausted. I just wish the world could just change. And I just wish we are actually free.
My name is Aiden Parsee. I play the role of a protester, and I am 12. It feels like I was actually there, seeing how Ahmad Aubrey ran down the street, got a car pulled in front of him and shot. I can feel his pain by seeing this. You can feel all of their pain, and it makes you sad to know that this is the world we live in. And there's a way to escape, but no one wants to stand up. It hurts the way I feel, and I don't know if I will see them again. So I try to give as much love as I can to my whole family and make sure everyone gets alone time with me, so I can feel that I will be able to remember those days. Even if something do happen to them, I will be sad, but at least I have memories.
Derek Parsee, I'm playing George Floyd. It's difficult to play that role because it takes a lot of energy. And to see actually George Floyd die the way he died and me playing that character is not only stressful, but it is emotional at the same time. Youth is our future. So us elders carry the torch, so now we have to pass it on to them so they can make the movement even better and stronger. The silent protest it means a lot because it shows you emotional, not just the voice. The body language speaks louder than the voice.
My name is Warren Fitzgerald Muhammad, and the organization is the Acres Home Chamber. for business and economic development. I've been seeing, of course, on Facebook and the internet and everything about the blackout 2020. And from what I understand of it, I hope I understand it correctly, is that on a certain day, I think it's July 7th, that encouraging all of us to do a blackout, which is not spend any money at all, or if we spend it with a black business or what have you. And I think it's a very strong statement that's being made by withholding our dollars, which can make a very strong impact to let people know that we do have financial strength. We have the ability to affect things through our spending, and it's an effort, I think, at uniting people to make a statement, make a stand. And Martin Luther King said that we have to use punishment. We have to use economic punishment to those who oppose a righteous movement, for our freedoms. And this is a step in that direction. So I think it's a very good thing.
Is Skittles and an Arizona drink a weapon?
I can't even grab my license and registration without any problems.
I guess jogging is a problem in this community. Or is it because I have the freedom to jog?
Waking up black is beautiful until the last thing you see is someone shooting 28 times in your own home.
I breathe because I'm alive, but once 8:46 passed, I see my mother holding her arms open, wanting me to come home.
What's a raven to a bald eagle? The eagle told the raven every bird is equal. The raven didn't believe it, never got the picture. Eagle said, what's the issue? Let me explain it with you. The raven said, the other week I met up with this dove. He found my color too eccentric, but he showed me love. He gave me worms of water. I even met his posse. He never showed me hate. The eagle said, okay, you got me. But what's your issue with the rest of the flock? The raven said, I went downtown and met this Andean cock. That bird was orange, but he showed as much respect as the dove. He said his species was majestic, so it came with the love. The eagle said that same bird was rejected way back. They called him ugly, stupid, sloppy, and he still came back. But what's your issue with them? What you say, you don't play that? Just let me finish up my story, Eagle, I ain't even say that. The week right after that, I was just chilling with my other ravens. A buzzard came along my family and he started hating. He said he was gonna eat my family and he didn't shy away. I told him, man, we just chilling, go ahead and fly away. The buzzard flew away. I said, what was that job for? But 30 minutes later, he came back with 5 more. He said, if y'all don't leave right now, we gonna bring 5 more. I told him, do your worst, but don't you get your hinds sore. The eagle stopped the raven. He said, okay, look, where's this going? The raven said, just let me finish, man, that's not important. The buzzards flew us off. He didn't hear a single word. We thought that he was bad, but he wasn't the only bird. I met a woodpecker, he disrespected my religion. He said if I don't leave, he'll have me living with the pigeons. Speaking of pigeons, they ain't even have a nest to live in. I tried to talk to them, they said go hang out with the chickens. I met up with some chickens. They didn't like me either. The emus hate my guts, I haven't even got to see them. The cockatoo screamed at me, I haven't even got to meet them. The swallows flew away quickly like I was about to beat them. The raven said, look, don't you run this country? What's the problem? How come every time that I love, the birds will leave regardless? The eagle said, you may think that I'm dumb, but I hear you talking. I know the country's bad, but frankly, that's not my problem. He told the raven, look, it's different times when you be squawking. It scares the other birds, they rather be flying than walking. And then the other birds, they rather you crying than talking. That may be hard to hear, but that's really just how I mark it. The raven said, what you mean? That really isn't fair. I lived here my whole life and people think I'm here to scare. Is it cause of my generosity? Is they scared of that? The eagle said they might be scared because your feather's black.